Hi everyone! So second video review for this week is for The Supernatural Detective by Crin Claxton, which was my paperback read. And if you want to check out the introduction video, you can do. That's still about, but this is what the book looks like for any of you that haven't seen that. And if you want to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day. So if you are on YouTube, there is a link in the description below, and if you are on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So, The Supernatural Detective. Oh my god. This was so fantastic and completely thrilling. And again, it's one of those books. I picked it up at the Bold Strokes Books Festival last year in June because Crin did a reading for us and I was completely hooked. I had to know what happened in this book. I wanted to find out where it was all going and what the story was going to be, and it was more than I expected, and I loved that. It's a story about Tony, and she has powers that allow her to see and speak to the dead. Awesome. So awesome. And she has an amazing sidekick in her friend Jade, and then she has the dead drag queen as well, guiding her through her experiences and sort of her experiences of the world of the supernatural. And Tony's on a mission to save Maya. I'm undecided. I'm going to call her Maya because it's just easier for me. Maya from kind of a fatal end to her life. So Maya ends up meeting Tony and meaning a little bit more than she imagined she would, because she is friends with Jade, so that's that connection. And given Maya's past experiences with her father, she's worried about Tony. She's worried that Tony's heading down this same crazy path, and not sure she can deal with all that mental stuff again. She doesn't fully understand everything, and she's worried that Tony's going to end up like her father did. So there's that intensity to the drama of this story, and that relationship building between them, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So this was an extremely tense but amazing thriller. Like, I was really sort of worried that it was going to go totally wrong for Tony. I really was, and there were moments where I just didn't know if she was going to make it. But it had an amazing touch of comedy, sort of a humorous feel and vibe to it, that really helped to lift it from being too dark and twisted. So with Supernatural, depending on the context of it, I'm totally for it. I love it, and but I don't like it to get too dark and too complex. And Crin has really kept this to a level that it is acceptable for anyone who could read this and understand what's going on, not be too dragged into the detail. It's definitely a story you can enjoy even if you don't think the Supernatural's for you, because that comedy and humour adds to the depth, but it also helps to lighten the mood of the whole story. So you're getting this intense thriller, but you don't feel the effects like nail biting, like you would be if you were watching something really scary. You know it's there and you can feel it beating in. It's a weird experience. I can't explain it to you because unless you've read it, I don't think you'll know what I mean. And so obviously now you need to read it because you'll want to know what I mean. But it's like knowing you're frightened, but you're running on the adrenaline and you don't notice it in the background because you're having such a great time with the characters and you're getting lost in their personalities, I guess. And so you're not really thinking about the darkness here. You're thinking more about the, oh, that's funny, and haha, and yeah, sort of like when they're talking, when they're questioning things, you're thinking yeah, and you're just on this adventure with them, and it's just so good. So like I say, the paranormal and thriller genre can be quite scary, but I loved this, and it provided some relief that really anyone could enjoy because it was just so much fun to read. Like, this was so much fun. It's fantastic. And it didn't, I loved the way the humour also didn't detract from the depth and the excitement of getting caught up in the intense drama that the story provided as well, because you were right there in that moment, and it was just brilliantly executed to only sort of attract the reader more and offer you a personal connection to these characters. I absolutely adored Tony. She is such a unique character, and she certainly wasn't the standard lead for this genre. She wasn't what I expected the lead to be either, but I found myself absolutely loving everything about her, and I'm totally in awe of the risks that she took as well. She just sometimes wasn't even thinking when she took the risk, and I was like, Toni, come on, put yourself first, but she never does. And she's so unique. I mean, this was where I was completely amazed, because upon meeting Toni, I was pretty convinced she was going to be this really strong, really butch lead, and she wouldn't be frightened by a few ghosts and what it all meant, and she'd embrace it and just go with it. And do you know what? She had so much depth and vulnerability that she actually was nervous and unsure, and yet confident, but nervous and unsure, and it made her so lovable and so human. And I can't, again, you need to experience her as a character. She's brilliant, and I can't quite describe the connection, but I just knew that I would love Toni and spending time with her in this story. And she just had the perfect balance to represent how you can be strong and confident and come across that way and in control, but be out of control, struggling, insecure, and have oodles of anxiety. She was brilliant. She was a brilliant representation of how that works, and that was something I personally identified with, because that's something that people tell me, oh, you're so confident, oh, you're so, you know, you just embrace things, you just get on with it. And I think, come and see me some other time, when I'm like a total wreck. And Toni's got both those sides, and she was brilliant at it, and it was nice to connect with a character that can do both. And it was just a fantastic start to what I hope will be quite a long series of supernatural detective novels. And because Toni's just so brilliant, I can see this having so much potential as a series, and even on TV, this would be awesome on TV. This would be fantastic on the screen, and it would be just amazing. And I really look forward to coming across Toni again in the future. I know there is a sequel to Supernatural Detective, and I really want to get a copy of that just to spend more time with Toni, and seeing what new challenges the spirits hold for her, because they're quite challenging, and they're quite funny too, but they're quite challenging, and they really are. Actually, do you know what? They are characters in themselves in this, and they're just brilliant. But this is a great story, and I really do recommend it, even if you don't think supernatural and paranormal and thriller is for you. I think this might change your mind. You'll like this one, and I hope you do. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of The Supernatural Detective by Crin Claxton. I really hope you will. If you've read The Supernatural Detective, oh, please come and talk to me about it. I really want to talk about it some more. I loved it so much, and yeah, comment below, let me know what you thought of it. How did you find the story if you read it? If you haven't read it, but you're planning to read it, it's on your to be read list, or you're now really intrigued and want to read it, again, comment below, because it's always great to hear what you are interested in reading. And if you do pick up a copy of this, I really hope you love it, and I really hope you get so invested that we get like so much love for it, and we get an amazing amount in the series. It would be so cool. But I really hope you do love it. I really hope you have a great time reading it. I hope you love Toni, because she's fantastic. And yeah, just have a great time reading it. And yeah, bye.